Hi, my name is April Ray and my video is called Black Lives Matter. This is not about police brutality against the African American community. This is not about black on black crime. This is about bringing and raising awareness to the African American community about the importance of blood donation, organ donation, and bone marrow donation. Now, statistically speaking, we hold the lowest percentile in giving blood, donating organs, or bone marrow. How is this potentially endangering or affecting us? Simply, I don't know if many of you are aware. I just myself became aware as to when my daughter was found ill. Now, what typically happens in the case of a person coming into the hospital needing any type of blood transfusions, the hospital will go ahead and match up the person's blood type and proceed to give the transfusion. But what you don't know, what could be harmful, is that your body could be receiving antibodies, thus attacking your body later on, causing threatening, life-threatening injuries or illnesses to your body. Racially and ethnically speaking, you will be more compatible with someone of your own racial background. For example, my daughter is in need of a bone marrow transplant. Now, 97% of the bone marrow transplants are donated through Caucasian or other races. The minority, this leaves us into the low 7%. That means that her chances of finding a match are very slim. I'm creating this video because as I am becoming aware, it is my goal and my duty to pass on this information to make you aware. Not only are we experiencing this, but I'm sure someone else out there in America is experiencing this as well, and they're having a very difficult time finding a donor or a match to help them save their lives. Now, for those of you who don't understand the importance of giving blood, it is vitally important. Anything can happen to us. You can leave your job, you can leave your home. At any moment, you can get into a car accident requiring for blood transfusions. Now, if you don't have the proper pool to pull from, your body potentially could reject it and you could be experiencing the fight of your life. I am also going to post on my page some websites for you guys to check this information out for yourself. Look it up so that you can understand that this has to stop. We as a community, we're dying in more ways than one. Not just by violence, not by police brutality, but lack of knowledge and understanding of how potentially we can save others' lives. Just 1 pint of blood alone can save up to 3 lives. From that 1 pint of blood, they can get plasma from it. They can also get the red blood cells. And there are some other things. I can't even think of the name. I wrote it down. But 3 lives can be saved. 3 lives. I just want to make everyone aware that this could be your story. My daughter was doing fine. My husband and I noticed that she wasn't feeling well. He took her to urgent care for me, and from that, they told her that she had strep throat. To make a long story short, she didn't get any better. So a few days later, she ended up with just something as simple as a nosebleed. But this nosebleed persisted for 2 hours. It did not stop. So, of course, you know, as a mom, you try and do all the things that most mothers would do, that they were taught to do, which is to try and see if the child has a fever and to cool the body down, or to pinch the nose to see if you can stop the bleeding. None of this happened. My daughter potentially passed out. We had to then call the ambulance and have her rushed to emergency. When she got into emergency, all of her blood was low, from her red blood cells to the white blood cells and her platelets. They were very dangerously low. She had passed out. She turned blue. She had to undergo 4 transfusions that day. And I was very thankful that the blood was there for her to even have the blood transfusions. But as we undergo this process and it gets a little more detailed and we go a little further on, we begin to understand why it is important for the African American community to give blood. Now, I'm certain that my daughter's donors were of the Caucasian race, and that didn't matter to me until today. And the reason I said it didn't matter until today, because when I took her to the hematologist, they explained to me that ethnically, you want to match up with somebody that has your racial or ethnic background, thus giving you better chances of your survival and keeping infections and potentially harmful diseases down. This is why this is necessary to spread this information. My daughter right now is in need of a bone marrow transplant. That means that her bone marrow, where the blood is manufactured at, is not producing properly. She potentially could die. But I have faith that there is a donor that is out there that would match. But in order to get a perfect match, we have to raise the percentages of the African Americans that are even willing to donate bone marrow and willing to donate blood. This could be you. This could be your loved one. This could be your family member. I never thought in a million years that I would be here, but since I am, I'm going to take the proactive way, and I'm going to try and educate everyone in my family, all my friends, and my community as a whole, because awareness needs to be made. Potentially, we all can come together and help each other just by simply being an organ donor, bone marrow donor, or giving blood. Now, it's as easy as going to the Red Cross and making sure that you are healthy enough that you don't suffer from any illnesses or diseases such as HIV, hepatitis C, or any other illnesses that would prevent you from donating blood. And it's just a simple needle and blood being withdrawn. They will make sure your vitals are taken. They will make sure they take your temperature. They will make sure they check your hemoglobin levels before you leave. They will make sure you are okay. Also, regarding the bone marrow transplant, it's as simple as them doing a cotton swab just to put you in a data bank to see if you could potentially be a match to another African American candidate. Also, they would then have to, if you were a potential match, or if you were not, if you decided that you did want to give or donate your bone marrow, it would be as simply as using a syringe, going into your pelvic area through your hip bone, and taking out some of the bone marrow or the stem cells. Now, the side effects to this is a little soreness and a little stiffness, but you will be okay in less than 24 hours. That's just how simple it is. But for the patient, it's a fight. You know, they have to fight. Okay, my daughter cannot enjoy the sunshine right now. She cannot be around or exposed to anyone because her immune system is so low. The blessing behind this is that my daughter does not have a blood cancer. She does not have lupus. She does not have leukemia. She does not have any threatening illness other than the need of her having a bone marrow transplant. Please, if you know me, if you are in my circle, if you are a friend, near, distant, or close, then you would know that I'm a very private person. So for me to take this to social media, this is not only going to help me, but it's also going to help you. This is nothing to dismiss. I'm asking everyone to go out, regardless if you think it can help. If you can, and if you are a candidate, please get tested. Give blood. check off the box on your license to become an organ donor. It could potentially save someone else's lives. Do the research. Understand that genetically speaking, because we are of an ethnic background, we need the ethnic blood given back to us, or ethnic organs, or ethnic bone marrow. It's just as simple as that. I plan to link all the rest of the information as well as a written letter in my, or post it on my page as well as this video. And I'm asking that you guys help me take this video viral, not just for my daughter, but for your daughter, for your mother, for your sister, for your brother, for your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, your friends, your loved ones, because it could be you tomorrow. It just happens to be me today. And with that being said, I really thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching this video and for sharing the video. Please help me take this video and make it go viral. I want this to reach all over the world, not just in the United States, but all over the world, in other countries, especially where we are heavily populated in the African American community. People need to understand that Black Lives Matter in more than one way. Get this out, spread this message, and start today by donating. Call your local Red Cross, visit or call some of your local hospitals and get information on how simple it is to get tested or to donate blood or to be an organ donor or a bone marrow donor. Please help us and please help yourselves. Light and love, and as always, pass this message on. Be informed. Black Lives Matter.